What's going on, guys? How are we doing today? Today's video, we're going to be talking about Datacrons yet again. Sorry I haven't been posting a whole lot, really none at all in like the last month or so. Just life is busy, you guys know how it is. I'm going to try to get into a schedule now with school starting so I can do like a bunch of videos on my off day so I can post them throughout the week if that makes sense. Whether it's guides or some tips and tricks or whatever it is, maybe some conquest stuffs. Modding, new teams, whatever. A lot has happened since my last video, so I don't want to go over because you guys already kind of know like what's going on. So I just thought today's video we can just talk about Datacrons and some of the best ones to get for Grand Arenas and Territory Wars, okay? One thing I wanted to note that I don't quite love about Datacrons, and you guys probably already know this, is like I got that new Beskar Mando one, his Datacron, and it's a pretty good one, right? The what's it called, Ardent Ideologies. There's actually this one I have. Actually, there might be even a better one, the one where you have like a ton more damage with the whistling birds. This one's not bad though. This is actually really good to take out some of those Lord Vaders. Pretty much resets his cooldowns at the start of each turn. Actually, there's one for him and there's also one for Malgus, and I have both of them. They're pretty nice. But the thing is, I was going to mention is like I want to use this actually with the defensive team with my Queel, but I can't do that. Well, I couldn't do that earlier. Because he was Relic 4, so I had to bump him up to Relic 5 just so he can, you know, actually I can utilize that disc, or the Datacron, sorry, in my Grand Arenas and Territory Wars. Otherwise, I can't even maximize that level 9 Datacron, and it's a really good one, right? So I want to make sure I can utilize it. So I guess that kind of, you know, goes in my next point is relics. Relics are a very big thing right now in the game. People say all the time, like, Relic 5 is the new Gear 12, and that is so dang true right now, guys. That's literally how the game is with relics and gear, because if you don't have Relic 5 on some of these guys for like these Datacrons, you're just missing out on a whole lot of stuff. So it's just crazy, guys. The Datacrons have just changed the game all the way around the table. I'm not sure why I had my AirPods in still, but yes, so Datacrons, what are the good ones? Let's go over some of my favorite ones so far. So this one's the Inquisitorious one. This is going away on the 7th of next month, so September 7th. And what's the biggest thing that these ones have to offer? That is health steal. Health steal is the biggest one in my opinion for these Datacrons, really just health in general. There is 15 or let's say 16 more days for that one until it goes away. So that one's really about health steal. For like the what do you want to call them, the stats, the secondary stats you get from these, like the level 4s, 5s, 1, 2, all, you know, all of them. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? So that's like health steal, more health base. And then we have the enduring codexes. These ones are more to do, I would say, with, you know, they can be with more health steal, but I feel like this is more for that just pure damage output. You know, I feel like I never really get the ones I want for this. This one's actually not too bad. It's got some of that crit damage. The crit damage is pretty huge, guys. Crit damage with this one, with the Lukes or the Commander, I guess both Jedi Knight Luke and also Commander Luke, the damage is crazy with that. Physical damage, critical damage. My favorite actually is the armor penetration. That one is ridiculous. Even some of the resistance penetration. But this one, the Enduring Codex, is just more for the pure damage output, which is awesome. It's my favorite one, actually, not even because of those secondary stats, but because of, I'm not sure where mine are, but here it is, actually, I pulled one. This right here, level 3s, this is the coolest part to this one, is because of the turn meter gain. So, I'm not sure if your guilds need this or require this, but I've been trying my hardest to re-roll almost all of mine to get as many 25% turn meter starts off the bat for light sides as I possibly can. So in GAC, I'll go over some of mine in a little bit. I have like quite a few teams that have those, and it's a big deal. So like in this one, Enduring Codex, actually, in my opinion, might be one of the more beneficial ones all the way around the table for the light side. Dark side, there's not much love here because there's not really any dark side options for these. They're all really light side, like Jedis and the Rebels, which is good because those teams, they're awesome already, but they elevate them even more so. So like some of these teams can counter even more stuff. But I want to show you guys, so the level 20 or level 3, sorry, for the 25% turn meter gains. Probably like one of the biggest deals for the Grand Arenas and even Territory Wars. This is definitely more for the Grand Arenas, so I got to join up here. But I wanted to show you guys my defenses for a little bit. But I gotta say, like, I have like all the new stuff besides the Grand Inquisitor, because that faction is a pain in the ass to farm up. But I feel like I have a lot of the newer stuff in the game, like Malgus and whatnot. But some of these teams that are like a bit lower relic, like level 3 relic, or relic 3, sorry, they get more holds than like my level 9 Datacron Ray or JMK or Lord Vader. So like this team right here, this Django team, he already gives out speed to Queel, but like with this Datacron, with that turn meter percent that you get, the 25%, it makes them all, or makes really Queel go first, that fuels the entire team with like Nest's AoE. Then Beskar Mando triggers his birds, and it's just a crazy, it's scary. This is a scary team. Not to say you have to copy this one, but like a Queel with a Datacron is just nuts, guys. There's a lot of other teams out there that are really great. Like Dash is great with that same one. I think this is actually another TM one. It is. Look at that. It's really good. Gas is gas. I don't really want to talk about that one because it's kind of going away pretty soon. It's the stun on the specials. But like other like low-key teams with that Datacron just transform them all the way around the table. It's a crazy Datacron, that Enduring Codex set. The one with the Jedi and the Rebels. Like for some teams, I just set a cam team with my Qui-Gon, and I put that TM on them, and they're just ridiculous. I get holds on those. I get most holds with those Datacrons than 25% ones. They're just ridiculous, guys. I love them. So that's like the second set, but then the newer one that we got, it's like the Halloween theme with the Sith and the Night Sisters and all those guys. It's actually a pretty fun one, not gonna lie. I think those level 9s on this one are just the craziest that I've ever seen, because like you have the resetting of cooldowns on like the level 9s. Like my Darth Malgus can literally every single turn he gets reset his cooldown and do that massive damage every single turn he gets. And if you have some of his if you have some of his Omicrons in GAC, well, one of his grants him more turn meter, and that one you can just, you know, imagine the more TM gain, the massive damage back and forth, and then you have the other Sith Empire helping him out. It's pretty crazy. This one, Sith Eternal Emperor, is also good. I got the crappy roll though. You want to get the one that you get 20% ult charge based off of each Sith ally. So you pretty much start the game off with 80% TM. But I would say one of the cooler ones is definitely Beskar Mandos. So there's this one where you have the same thing as Malgus. You reset the cooldowns. But there's also another one that you deal more damage with Whistling Birds. And when you're in that stance, you can't die. So you pretty much stack all those Whistling Birds, and then you just do some massive, massive damage. It can one-shot GLs. It's crazy. But this is more really about those... trying to tie my point here with Datacrons. And I'm sure you guys already knew all that information, but I wanted to point out that with this first set going away soon, what should we be kind of more focusing on with those secondary stats? Like, you know, how there was health steal for this one, you know, there was more damage for this one. This one has more armor and whatnot. And I think what else does this one have to offer? Resistance, more defense ones, still more physical damage, but this one does not have health steal. So with health steal going away, what ones for this set, and even the other one with the Jedi and Rebels, should we focus on more on? And I would say one big one I want to showcase is back to this Malgus one, is the armor. Armor and the resistance is going to be the bigger ones. Not really so much the resistance, but armor. Like, this is ridiculous armor. I have, I think, 55 here and 92 here. It's over 100. It's crazy. I want to showcase this in an arena battle. To kind of show you what it looks like all together. You know, health steal is a great thing, and I think it's kind of overpowered to a certain extent, right? But the armor, I mean, with some of these GLs, because this is going to be useful for really everybody on this Lord Vader team. This is just an example, right? But imagine it for really everybody in different team comps and whatnot. It's just crazy, and you don't have to use this like that. The stats here, right here, guys, the special damage, the critical chance, armor, and resistance, it's not just tied in for the dark side. You can use it for really any character out there. So like, I've used this actually when I didn't have the Malgus roll. I used it for my Wampa. It was ridiculous. Just the armor itself is crazy. So I recommend you guys to, in this set right now, if you don't get those good rolls on the level 9s and you just are re-rolling and re-rolling for that, and you still don't get it, like I haven't on some of mine, what I would recommend is still trying to build those up, you know, in the meantime. But focus more on those re-rolls for the armor. I think the armor is going to be a very big deal coming soon for these GLs for the defenses in GAC and also Territory Wars. So I threw Malagus in here just because, yeah, I do have his Datacron. This team is ridiculous. I'm fighting against the JML one with his Datacrons. I don't know. This whole game, man, is just so different, like from like a year ago, or I don't know, man. It's just so much has changed here. Malagus is already dead, so we might lose this. I don't even know, but I just wanted to showcase some of this armor. My Lord Vader is the GL here. I already have my ultimate. I just want to show you guys, based on the armor stats, like what it would look like in the future. So they already have their ultimate. They're going to still be ability blocked, but yeah, I just want to show this. So let's see here. They have their stats reset, so maybe go after his cooldown increase. Do one of those. I mean, I just love some of those stats that you get on these Datacrons more so than like the actual level 6s and 9s. But with that being said, I've been hearing about some crazy things with Night Sister Initiate with her level 9. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna lose this one, but I just kind of wanted to showcase the armor. I guess this was a bad showcase. You just look at the damage that I'm receiving is not that much as it usually is. So this is kind of more of like a future thing, not like a right now, gotta focus on it, guys, because I'm gonna lose terribly, but I guess I should have picked a different team to fight. Anyways, I just want to showcase armor. Armor is a big thing. But that, yeah, I mean, look at this. This Datacron's ridiculous. Level 9, extra damage, riposte, TM. I mean, that's actually the one I have too. And then look at that health steal. That's just ridiculous, dude. That's just gross. So yeah, what are my final thoughts, or my point here today is farming up. I would recommend for you guys to farm up more of those stats with the Datacrons, those armors with the new ones. Still trying to get those level 9s, but definitely try to get like the level 3s and some of those going for you before you really shoot on the level 6s and 9s. But keep in mind those stats like the armor. Armor is a big one. Extra damage, output resistance. There's a lot of good ones. Some teams benefit more on these Datacrons than others, so I would say kind of go for perfecting like one of them for like those big GL teams for defense, and then maybe you want to get like one for Beskar Mando that's just strictly for offense uses only to counter some of those big GLs with their own Datacrons, right? Datacrons are big. Relics are also big right now because you have to have relics to really utilize fully the Datacrons. But like I said, with some of those non-level 9s, and you don't, like, let's say you don't have relic 5s on everybody to utilize it, you can still get a lot of bang for your buck out of those lower level Datacrons. So I think that's it for today's video, though. Hopefully this kind of made sense. I wanted it to be kind of a showcase and telling you and informing you that Hellsteel's going away. Focus on some of the new ones, like armor, and back to those enduring codexes with the Jedi and Rebels for the TM gain. Those are also pretty big right now for the more competitive modes in the game, Territory Wars and GAC mainly. And yeah, just keep farming up relics, guys, because if you want to maximize those really dope relics, or sorry, those really dope Datacron level 9s, you have to have the higher relics. That's kind of how the game is right now. But besides that, I think that's about it for today's video. If you guys have any like ideas you want me to go and cover, let me know. But yeah, that's about it. Datacrons are not the worst thing in the world, but they can be really annoying if you don't have your own good ones and you're fighting really good ones yourself in like the different modes. But I think that's it. I'm going to go peace out for today. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I will see you later, guys. Peace out and have a good one. Bye.